Hello? Hello? Is this device working? Why, good God, I knew there was more to science than I initially discovered, but I'd never quite imagined the capabilities of this technology, as you call it. Wow, I truly must commend the scientists who were able to innovate this apparatus. We have much to discuss, and I hope that I'm able to truly represent the population of colonial Pennsylvania. I will do my best to answer your questions and hope that I'm able to give you the correct and useful account. I'm sorry about that. I'm still getting quite accustomed to this apparition-like producing device that I have here. As I was saying, I hope I'll be able to give you the useful counsel that you seek. I must say, I'm quite intrigued, I'm quite fascinated by this digital age and social media that you speak of. Although I'm not quite sure I understand everything you're saying, I do acknowledge that your time and mine share many similarities. Given the information I have, I'm of the perspective that in order to balance profit, innovation, and service, it is of utmost importance that a business be based upon strong moral foundations and then combine that with both innovation and social media influence. Now, with respect to morals, I'd like to mention three. The most important three are industriousness, humility, and having the public good in your heart, especially in this time of the digital age, where it feels like every company's actions are under constant scrutiny of the public gaze. Now, I warn you, there are no get-rich-quick schemes here, and if you're thinking of such, it might be more advisable to pursue a trade elsewhere. Now, as Poor Richard once said, and as we colonials like to say, diligence is the mother of good luck. And that's to say that consistent, hard work will always be rewarded. Your patience and your quiet work will be exchanged over time gradually with the recognition and support of the public and your clients. Now, in this time, we also know that the lens of the public is quite great. And because of such, it's important to remain humble and have the public good in your mind. You must raise awareness for your products. But I warn you, you must do this humbly. You must not advertise your products as the holy grail to all problems created by your company. Rather, something proposed by your group that can help the everyday citizen. Furthermore, you must not badmouth your competition. You must let your hard work speak for itself. For we know, bad-mouthing other competition never led to any business's friends. Now, after having a strong moral foundation, I'm also of the opinion that your company must be innovative. Hard work will only get you so far if your product does not bring a new solution, a new perspective to society. In the digital age, it's easy to overlook an outstanding product. As such, it's important to be creative with your advertisements in order to be witty and memorable. Furthermore, it's never a bad idea to innovate with contingency contracts. For example, as I once did with the hospitals we were trying to build in Pennsylvania. For example, with your customers, you can give them incentive to try your product out. Give them a discounted price, or perhaps a buy one, get one free offer. Keeping all this in mind, a strong moral foundation and innovation, it's important to now take advantage of your biggest key factor in this strategy, and that is your social media influence. You must gain the goodwill of all the figures of influence of your time and use them to spread the good word of your product. You must gather public awareness, but humbly, as I told you once before, using these figures of influence and online advertising. At this point, citizens will be dying to hear more about your product. In my opinion, these three, a strong moral foundation, innovation, and social media influence, are the most important in any business. Taking into consideration these factors, I can assure you that any young entrepreneur will find his business both profitable and successful. On another note, I would be very honored, very intrigued to hear more about this social media that you speak of, and of these devices that you say can fit all the world's libraries in just my pocket. I think we have much left to discuss, but I must be going now before Deborah wakes up, as I need to figure out how I'm going to explain to her this remarkable technology. I look forward to hearing from you again. So, until the next time, bye-bye.